Good morning, students. As you remember, in the last period, we completed about the silent feature of the periodic table, that are the groups. The vertical columns, which are called as the groups, their complete detail we completed in the last period. Now let me start with the new second silent feature of the periodic table, that are the periods. The horizontal rows present in the periodic table are called as a period. I repeat again, remember, listen it carefully. The horizontal rows present in the periodic table are called as periods. The number of a shell present in an atom is equal to the period. I repeat, this point we have to be specially remember that the number of a shell present in an atom is equal to the number of a period present belongs to the that element belong in the periodic table. There are total 7 periods in the periodic table. Let now we start the complete detail of these periods. The number 1, the first period, which is containing only 2 elements, hydrogen and helium, atomic number 1 and 2. As it containing the least number of the elements, that are only 2, because of this period is called as the shortest period. Can be asked in exam, which period is as the shortest period and why? Then we can write it that the first period is called as the shortest period because it contains only 2 elements, that are hydrogen atomic number 1 and helium atomic number 2. Now the second period and third period, that both are containing 8 element in them, and they are called as a short period. The elements belongs to the second period starts with the lithium atomic number 3 up to the neon atomic number 10. The number of elements belongs to the third period start with the sodium atomic number 11 to the up to the argon atomic number 18. Remember, period second and the third, as they contain the 8 element in them, both are called as a short period. Now the next, the period 4th and 5th, which are containing the 18 elements, both are called as a long periods. The elements belongs to the 4th period start with the potassium atomic number 19 up to the krypton atomic number 36. And the elements present in the 5th period are starts with the rubidium 37 up to the xenon 54. As both the periods 4th and 5th both are containing 18 elements, because of that they are called as a long period. Now the 6th period, which is called as the longest period, it is why? Because it containing the maximum number of elements, that are 32. It start with the cesium 55. It start with the cesium 55 up to the radon 86. Remember this special point, that 6th period, as it containing the 32 elements, it called as the longest period. Start with the cesium 55 up to the radon 86. Now the 7th period, it start with the francium 87. The names of the elements in these periods are given in our periodic table, but still as they are under the study, because of this reason this period is called as a incomplete period. I repeat again, listen it carefully, that 7th period, which is start with the francium 87, the elements belongs to this period are under the study. Still their studies are not completed, their properties and uses, their types of the compounds, bonding present in them and different etc. As they are not completed, that's why this period is called as an incomplete period. Now the special note, remember that why the 6th period is called as the longest period, because in the 6th period the third group elements are total number as of 14, which are placed below the main periodic table. That special series is called as a lanthanoid series. Because of the presence of these 14 element extra in the 6th period, the 6th period is containing the 32 elements, and it is called as a longest period. I repeat again, lanthanoid series, which is present below the main periodic table, its position is sixth period and third B group. In a similar way, there is another series just below the lanthanoid is present as actinide series. It is also below the main periodic table, just below the lanthanoid series. It is present in the seventh period. And the same group, third B group. It is present in the seventh period and third B group. As these both the series are containing the 14 elements that cannot be accommodated in the main periodic table, that's why they are present below the periodic table. Now the next point also to remember that the third period elements, which they are sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine, as they are summarize the properties of their respective group, they are called as the typical element. Remember it, third period elements are called as the typical elements. Can be asked as a give reason because they summarize the property of their respective group. Also can be asked as name the following, name the period which is called as the typical element period, that can be written as a third period. Now the same all this detail of the periodic table, let's restart from this main table. The periods which we had studied, the horizontal rows in the periodic table, the horizontal rows in the periodic table is called as a period. The first period is containing only two elements, hydrogen atomic number 1 and helium atomic number 2. First period, it is the shortest period due to the presence of only two elements. Now the second period and the third period both are containing the 8 element, that's why second period and the third period both are containing the 8 elements, that's why they are called as a short period. The second period elements start with the atomic number 3 lithium up to the neon 10 atomic number 10. The third period start with the sodium atomic number 11 up to the argon atomic number 18. Then fourth and fifth period both are containing the 18 elements. This fourth and fifth period both are containing the 18 elements, that's why they are called as a long period. Elements of fourth group start with the potassium atomic number 19 up to the krypton atomic number 36. Elements of the fifth period start with the rubidium 37 to the xenon 54. Now the sixth period which start with the cesium 55 and gets end over up to the radon 86. It is containing the total 32 elements. Because of that it is containing the longest period. Now why it is containing the 32 elements? Because in the sixth period of the third B group we can see this arrow which is showing the lanthanoid series. And these, due to the presence of these 14 elements, along with this the elements of the sixth group is containing the maximum 32 elements, that's why it is the longest period. Now the seventh period which is start with the francium, and the names of these elements are given in the periodic table, no doubt, but still these elements are under the study. Their study is not completed. Due to this it is called as an incomplete period. Now let me move for the next topic of this lesson, that is the periodicity. The properties that reappears at the particular interval, a fixed time interval, or either they shows the gradual change. Such type of properties are called as periodic properties, and the phenomenon is called as a periodicity of elements. I repeat again, the properties that reappears at the interval or in which there is gradual variation at a regular interval are called as periodic properties, and the phenomenon is called as periodicity of elements. Now we already knowing this classification table of the element is known as a periodic table. In the same way, why it is, this is the main reason that properties are showing either the gradual change or they are repeated at the fixed interval. That's why, as this table is containing the phenomenon of periodicity, this table is called as a periodic table. Now, what is the cause of the periodic table? The main cause of the periodicity in a periodic table is recurrence of similar electronic configuration. Recurrence of similar electronic configuration. Recurrence means repetitions of the same number of electron present in the last shell. Due to this repetition in this electronic configuration, the elements are showing the repetition in their property. I remind you, if we know already that the number of electrons present in the last shell are responsible for the properties of the elements. The chemical and physical properties of the elements are based on the number of valence electron present in the last shell. If any two elements which are having the same number of valence electrons in their last shell, then they will possess the same properties. This is the main reason of this periodicity, as the elements are showing the recurrence of similar electronic configuration of valence shell, that is the same number of electron in the last shell. Due to that, the periodicity takes place. Like example, the 17th group element, that are the 7th A group elements, halogens. We already knowing it. These elements are non-metal. Secondly, if we will consider their properties, they all form the negatively charged anion. All they possess the good oxidizing property. Their boiling point and melting point shows the gradual change as we move in a group from top to bottom. It goes on increasing from fluorine to chlorine, chlorine to bromine, bromine to iodine, iodine to acetylene. As these properties of these elements are same. Why? Because all these elements are containing the 7 electron in their last shell. Fluorine atomic number is 27. Chlorine 287, bromine 28187, iodine 28187, acetylene 28132 As all these elements are containing the 7 electron in their last shell, due to that they have the same properties. So this is the example proving that the cause of periodicity is due to the recurrence of similar electronic configurations. Now, from all these, we can conclude that a period determines the number of shells, and a group determine the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Due to the help of these two, a position of the element can be find out in the periodic table. It can be deducted in the periodic table. If we know the number of a shell present in the atom or its electronic configuration, the number of electron present in the last shell, we can give the exact position of that particular element in the periodic table. Say example, sodium. Its atomic number is 11. Electronic configuration is 281. Because of this electronic configuration, we can conclude that it have the 3 shell. It means it belongs to the third period. It have only 1 electron as a valence electron. Due to the presence of this valence 1 electron, it is present in the first group, that is in a first group. So if we know the number of a shell and number of electron present in the outermost shell, the mainly we can calculate or we can find out the position of the particular element in the periodic table. So from this example, we can say that sodium is placed in the third period and first A group, that is in the first group. Now the next topic we will move, that is shell, or it is also called as orbit. Orbit or a shell in which electrons revolve around the nucleus. These are the certain circular path in which electrons are revolve around the nucleus. That circular path are called as orbit or the shell. The number of a shell, if we will consider in the periodic table, While moving in the, or we can study about the number of a shell in a periodic table, we have to consider the two cases as in the group as a down group. In a period, across a period, that we have to consider is from left to right. Let's see first one, that is how it works down a group, that is from top to bottom. In a particular given group, the number of a shell always increases successively, arithmetically, one by one. Let's say, take the example of 7th A group elements. Just now we see in that the electronic configuration of fluorine is 2 7. It means it have a 2 shells. That's why it belongs to the second period. Now when we will move in a periodic table, next element, it will be containing the 3 shells. So it will be belongs to the third period. Electronic configuration of chlorine is 2 8 7. Bromine having the 4 shell, 2 8 18 7. Due to the presence of 4 shell, it is present in the fourth period of the periodic table. Iodine, it have the 5 shells, so it present in the fifth period of the periodic table. In the same way, styrene is having the 6th shell, so it present in the 6th period of the periodic table. Thus we can say that number of shell increases successively if one move in a group from top to bottom. Across a period, that is from left to right, it remain the same. It remain the same. Remember it. It can be also asked as a give reason. Why? Because in a particular period, the number of a period is remaining the same. Because of that, the number of a shell also is remain the same. I repeat, across the period, when one move from left to right, the number of a shell remain the same. Because the number of a period remain the same, as the number of a period determine the number of shell. Same period, that's why the number of a shell is also remain the same when one is moved from left to right across a period in a periodic table. Now come to the next topic, valency. The combining capacity of an atom is known as its valency. Valency, commonly called as combining capacity of an atom. According to the number of electron, it is defined as it is equal to the number of electron donate, accept or share for completing the stable electronic configuration by an atom. The number of electron donate, accept or share by an atom to complete its octet or to get the stable electronic configuration, and that number of electrons are called as a valency. In a given group, that is from top to bottom, as the number of valence electron is remain the same, valency is also remain the same. Please remember it carefully that in a group from top to bottom, if you will consider the elements, the number of valence electrons remain the same. Thus, the valency also remain the same. It means the elements which are present in a particular group, all they have the same property. Why? Because they have the same valence electronic configuration. This is the same things already we had completed during the course of periodicity. So, this is the main important point. We should not be forgetted that as the number of valence electrons are defining the chemical property. So, the number of valence electrons in a particular group are remain the same, so the valency will also remain the same. For example, the element of the first A group, they have the 1 electron in their last valence shell. That's why their valency is 1. But in a given period, as the number of valence electron increases, the valency also increases. But it increasing, it's the way of increase is something different. Up to the 14th group, that is a 4th A group, it is goes on increases. And after that, at that 4A group or a 14th group, it become the maximum 4. After that, it start to decreases and it comes to the 1 for the element of the 17th group, that is a 7th A group elements. Like we can consider that the number of electrons when we move in a first group, second group, and so on. So first A group elements are having the 1 electron in their shell, so they have the valency 1. Second A group elements having the 2 electron in the last shell, so their valency is 2. The third A group elements are having the number of electron 3, so their valency is also 3. Fourth A group elements are having the 4 valence electron in their last shell, so their valency is 4. But onwards, as the number of valence electron are increases, the valency is decreases. We can calculate that fifth A group elements, they have the 5 electron in their last shell, so 8 minus 5, the elements have the valency 3. Next one, 6th A group elements having the valence electron 6. So the valency can be calculated as 8 minus 6, that is a 2. 7th A group elements having the 7 electron in their last shell. So 8 minus 7, their valency is 1. Why we have to be considered this 8? Because this is the stable electronic configuration. If the elements have the 8 electron in their last valence shell, it will be having a spatial stability. So it is a stable electronic configuration. To calculate their valency, we will use for the 5th element 8 minus 5, 3. For the 6th element 8 minus 6, 2. And for a 7th element and 8 minus 7, 1. So we completed about the number of valence shells, number of shells in an atom, how it can changes from in a group or in a period, and we had also completed the topic of valency. Thank you. We'll continue in the next period.